Hi, it's April with Creative Paper Crafts. Thanks for joining me. Today we are going to make this little cute box, and inside holds a little Ritter Sport bar. Now, if you are lucky enough to live near a Winco, they have these in the bulk section for 25 cents each. So really cheap. They also sell them at Walmart in little bulk packs. But anyway, so we are going to be using this sea glass color. It's the color of the year. This is the Colonial white, and I'm just going to flip it for the next one. So let's go ahead and get started. You are going to need cardstock that is cut at 3.5 by 6.5. You're going to get out your scoreboard, and on the long side, let's see if I can get this in here. Ooh, maybe. Okay. On the long side, you're going to score it at 2, 2.5, 4.5, and 5. On the short side, you're going to score it at 1/2. Here we go. And 3. Now you're just going to move your scoreboard out of the way. And I want you to notice that right here it is thinner than on this side. I haven't actually measured it, but it's skinnier on this side than it is this. This is the top flap. You see how it doesn't go down all the way? So we are going to be removing this section right here, so the square and the rectangle. So go ahead and cut those away on both sides. Oop. There we go. And then on this side, do the same thing all the way down into the square. And then, I did it out of order, but oh well, trim the squares. So you're going to take and cut up. Now, when I usually trim, I don't know if you can tell, but the score line right here leaves like a little crease. I usually just cut that off, and that's what I consider my trim. Some people call it like mitering, but trimming, mitering, whatever, same thing, right? So you're just going to cut up and give it a little trim. Up and give it a little trim. Okay, just gonna pull those off here, move that out of the way. Excuse me. Now you are going to take your bone folder and just fold on all those lines. Now you can do this beforehand, you can do it after. In my opinion, it doesn't really make too much of a difference. And that. Okay. Now you can see that the box is starting to come together. You're just going to fold up those tabs. Oh, here we go. Fold up the tabs. Those two go in first, and then the front would go over the side. So now we just need adhesive right down that rectangle and this rectangle. I'm just using Scott's Quick Dry Adhesive. Okay, now I understand why people in videos use the snail adhesive, and I should just go back to using it. It's a lot quicker. Anyway, all right, I'm just gonna take some off here. And again, you're going to just fold those in, line it up on the side, and give it a press. Okay. You could even, if you wanted to, stick your stylus, stick your stylus in there and kind of give it a good press. there's the box made. Now let's go ahead and make the decoration. Okay, and of course my camera dies, so let's go ahead and get out the Cuttlebug. We are going to be cutting these thin cuts. They come with their own magnetic sheet that it stays on, which is really handy for storing it. Okay, just go ahead and grab your Cuttlebug or cutting machine. Normally I would do this on the table, but I have my grid paper, so it might be a little slidey. The sandwich that you're going to need is the Cuttlebug A plate, the Cuttlebug B plate, mine is very well loved, and the Cuttlebug C plate will go on top. But first you're going to put down your piece of paper, put down your die, and then just for a reference, if for some reason that you wanted your die to stay in place and you didn't want it moving around, or you had to secure it down, I don't necessarily need to with this one. I just kind of want to show you this little trick. You just take some washi tape. By the way, this washi tape is on clearance right now, and it comes with a crap ton, like I think 10 yards or something like that, and that's an amazing amount. But washi tape is basically just paper tape, and so it's not going to stick to anything, but it will make sure that it stays in place. So go ahead and put your sandwich together and start rolling it through. And again, mine is well loved, so oops. So I go all the way through, and then just to be safe, I'm going to go all the way back. Not everybody's plates are as well used as mine, but here we go. And yes, that made it all the way through. Move those out of the way. Pop this off. Okay. You could even save that for a different card or something. Now, if you don't have a brush, which I don't have, you just take a piercing tool and just kind of start poking at some of the holes, and it should release it here. I've also heard people use dryer sheets or wax paper as well, but this works just as well. And just punch out all those little pieces. Great. I'm going to put that on that sheet so I don't have to worry about losing it. Now, bring our box back in here. Whoops. And that is where it's going to go. Isn't that sea glass just a really pretty color? I love it. Okay. Let's see. I am going to take my shimmer brush and just go over this to give it more of a glittery look. You could have cut this out with glitter paper. Sorry, I'm trying to concentrate. With glitter paper, and that looks amazing too, but hey, glitter paper is expensive, and why not get the same effect using a shimmer brush for way cheaper? Okay, I'm just gonna set that off to the side to dry a little bit. Okay, and now I am going to do a little stamping. The stamp set that I am using is called Cozy Christmas, and we're going to be using the Happy Holidays. And this comes with a thin cuts set as well, which is a really good deal. I love the way that they're bundling these things now. I'll just set that off to the side. Get your Happy Holidays. Put that down. And get out your block. I will be using a 2 by 3.5 block. It's big, but whatever, it's fine. Take the new ink pad, it's magnetic, which is awesome. And ink it up. Try to get it lined up as best as possible. Okay. And now I am going to cut it out. There we go. Now, if I were concerned about this being super duper straight, which I probably should be, but I don't care. Let me go ahead and show you my little trick that I use. When I have a little teeny piece of paper like this, sometimes it's hard on your trimmer to get that paper and cut it without it sliding all over the place. So what I do is I line it up to wherever I want. I love this cutter, this trimmer, because it has this little line, as you can see. So I'm just going to place this where I want it. That looks about right. Take that piece of washi tape that I was using, put it down, and make the cut. That way it's not sliding all over the place, and I have a nice pretty cut. Okay, now just take some adhesive. Let me just have this Tombo runner real quick. Stick that right there. Make it straight. Oh, I love it. Okay. Now you're just going to take your Ritter Sport, pop it in there. This should be dry by now. Now this one I am going to be using my dual action glue pen, my Bonding Memories pen, and I'm really only going to be putting it here in the center because when I place it down, it's not going to, I don't want it to go over the edge, so just place it down where you think it looks great. Awesome. And for the closure, with this one, obviously, I had that little piece of twine. This twine is not close to my heart, but I thought that it matched really well because of the Colonial white. Wow, I lost my mind there for a second. So you can either tie it this way and have the closure be like that, or you can tie it up and down. I felt like up and down was better just because it can go in between those and not really hide much of the snowflake. And this twine even has some cute little silver intertwined. Haha, twine. Okay. Come on, April. Just gonna tie it at the top. It doesn't need to be too tight. Man, I'm struggling here. There we go. Awesome. Just take and trim it. And there is your sweet little Ritter Sport candy that you can just give out as a random act of kindness or to coworkers, and it's inexpensive. Tell me what you think down below and subscribe and like. Thanks.